Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Unstoppable Living. That is correct, you just saw my male Metallica at Sexytime with another female. So, hold thumbs guys, it's going to be awesome. So I've got a couple of things I need to address this video, so I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible. First, mold outbreak that needed to be sorted out, as well as some new additions. So this is my Lenard, the Brazilian giant blonde, mature female. There has, as you can see, been a mold outbreak. So what my friend, the bearded tarantula keeper, is doing is he's cupping her with the catch cup, and then we're going to transfer her into another tub just so that we can get rid of the mold. So it's not that mold is a serious problem, but it's getting to the point where it's starting to break out, and I don't want it to cover the entire enclosure. So we just decided to take out the water dish, take a spoon and scoop out the mold. It will also help make the enclosure look a lot more attractive when you're looking at it. Andre is just looking for a spoon, and now we're going to scoop it out. It's obviously not advisable to keep your peat or substrate that has mold in it, so we're just going to end up chucking it away. I seem to have had a large mold outbreak. Probably the past 2 or 3 months now. So systematically we're going to start taking out the mold and obviously replacing that with new substrate. Now, as you can see, we're only really doing it in the one corner where the mold was. I didn't really think it was necessary to replace all of the substrate. So what Andre is doing is he's basically just digging down as far as he can to where the mold was, and as you can see the bottom of the enclosure there, with the polystyrene bottom of the enclosure. Quick and easy. So now we're just going to transfer her to another tub for the time being, just so that we can mix everything up and make it all level. There was a fair amount of substrate, so we just made an executive decision to mix it all up and make it all level again, and obviously put her back. Sorry for the clicking noises, I'm just adjusting myself in the wheelchair, so the wheelchair is clicking on and off when I'm activating the motors. Right, so we've just patted down because generally tarantulas don't like loose substrate. They tend to prefer a firm surface area, so patting it down is always advisable. new water and water dish in a different position. And we're gonna put the fake plant back in just to give it some color. And in she goes. I am currently working on a hide for her. It's going to be something that I haven't done before, but yeah, that will be in a future video. And as you can see, Andre is just using that trusty paintbrush to try and get her down out of the catch cup and back into the enclosure. She did kick a few hairs and she was rather aggressive towards the paintbrush. As you can see, she's back at the top again. And now we're going to try a different angle and just push her back so that if she does decide to bolt, she'll bolt up against the lid. The Lenard species are generally bolty, so it's just an extra precaution so that we don't have to try catch her again. But as you can see, she was pretty calm and didn't really bolt. Gonna see if we can get you a nice view of her now. And there she is. Beautiful, beautiful lady. And since she's bolted, her color has just popped. Right, so that's that one done. Fairly simple. Luckily we didn't have to do everything over again. And we're going to try and give her a roach as well. That was already in the enclosure when we took her out, but she's not really interested in that, so I'll just leave it in there and she'll come across it one or other stage and obviously have a meal. So we tried to show you guys as much as we could of this rehousing. This is my Epibopus cynoganthus, the blue fang tarantula. Unfortunately, it had a hide that was rather deep into the enclosure, so Andre had to use the torch from my phone to try and locate it. But unfortunately it has really burrowed all the way down. What I've done is I've just given it a 10 by 10 centimeter enclosure, which is double the size that it's in now. So as you can see, she's in that piece of wood there. It wasn't the best hide to give her. Well, I'm hoping it's for her. It's still an unsexling, because we can't really see down into it or try and see if she's right there. So it's rather difficult. So what we did here is we've just pulled out the hide. It's obviously not recommended because they can bolt and the tunnels can sometimes collapse on the tarantula, which is not great. But luckily Andre has done this before and he managed to get it out successfully. There is still a bit of a tunnel that it decided to go into, so he's using the poking stick to try and clear away the substrate and obviously try and get in there. The paintbrush was more effective in clearing the substrate, as you can see. So Andre's just trying to figure out where it is, and as you can see it's still in the tunnel there. So again, this is not the procedure I would recommend it for beginners. It would be better to just use a spoon and just take out little bit by little bit, but because Andre is experienced, I wasn't really worried about his technique. Look at those colors, absolutely beautiful. I love this tarantula. And you'll see in a minute, it's going to bolt out. Back into its burrow so that it can hide, much to Andre's dismay. But as you'll see, she's going to come out in a couple of seconds. And there she goes, right under the leaves. And as always, Andre is going to help me get a nice view for you guys so you can see. Look at those fangs, beautiful. This was a fairly simple rehouse again, never gave us too much of a hassle. I love that blue coloration, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. This is my Lasiodora difficilis. It's the Brazilian fire red bird eater. And it's just going to see a huge mold outbreak, but we're just going to cup it as well, straight up into the catch cup, so that was easy. So this was a gift from a friend of mine called Stompy, and yeah, there's a terrible mold outbreak, so we just decided to redo the entire enclosure. So just take out all the decor and get rid of absolutely everything. Right, so all the old peat is out, or substrate, and now we're just going to add more. This species generally likes the same conditions as the Parahimana and the Klugi from the same genus, so that would be your salmon pink bird eater and the scarlet bird eater. So I'm just going to add enough peat to cover the hide. Get it in the corner. Pat it down, obviously. I then added some water to the corner because it came without a water dish, but since rehousing it I have added a water dish. Just adding the decor back. And now we're gonna just put it back. It's a lovely specimen, as you can see. Unfortunately, there is one leg missing. It got caught in one of the lids when Stompy had her. So she obviously dropped her leg, and it will probably start growing back from the next molt. So nothing too serious. She's not really struggling to move around. She's eating, so I'm sure that it's fine. And as you can see, she was holding onto the lid. So as Andrea was trying to open the lid, she was going for a spin. So Andrea decided just to try a different tactic. Again, not advisable to do if you're a beginner. His fingers were right there by the opening, so if anything went wrong, it could have turned out into a bite. But luckily, Andre is experienced, and out and into her hide. It was fairly simple. No hassles, didn't kick any hairs, so that was a really, really awesome rehouse. And as you can see, straight into the hide. Beautiful specimen, and I'm really grateful to have this new edition in my collection. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It was really one of the smoothest rehousings that I've actually watched with Andre, so it was fantastic to have done that with him. Can you believe that she held onto the lid so that she could spin inside the bottle? I've never seen that before. If anybody else has, please leave a comment below. For me, it would be fantastic to know if that is something that you've seen before. Now for the awesome news for the Tarantulas4Charity. The auction is going live today on Facebook page, Tarantula Owners of Gauteng. I will be posting it there probably in the next 2 to 3 hours, and it's going to run until 5 p.m. on Sunday. So there's plenty of time for you guys to put your bids in the comment section on each box. So I've created a picture for each box, and you guys just need to comment under the box you want to bid on, and the highest bid will obviously win the box. So please get behind me. I know I've been saying this a lot, but I truly can't make this a successful auction without your guys' support, and I need to get this done as soon as possible, because it looks like I'm probably going to be studying in the very near future. So the quicker I get the auction done, the quicker the tarantulas can go to a good home. Apart from that, next week we're probably going to have some more rehousing videos, but it's going to be something again that you haven't seen before, just like the mating video. And I just want to let you guys know, unfortunately I'm not making the expo this week, or should I say this weekend. It's just I've got too much stuff to do. So thanks again for tuning in. Please remember, if you've not subscribed, subscribe, like the video. It's very important for me to know that you guys are enjoying the content. And please leave your comments below. Let's have a conversation. It's always nice to chat to you guys and to know who everyone is. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your week and get bidding, guys. Thanks very much. Bye bye.